It only takes 3 months to achieve anything you want in life. But the catch is, you have to know the right way. If you are waiting for New Year to come so you can write your resolution, only to forget about them by the next day, let me tell you, that won't work, because you don't want to be the guy who has pages filled with his goals written in full, specific detail. But when it comes to progress, nothing. Hey, don't get me wrong, it's not just you. I have been that person. I'd wait for the next day or the next month to start, and looking back at myself, I hate that me the most. And I know you do too. Because let's be real, there is no right time. There is no new year, new month, or new day to start working on your goals. If you truly want to achieve your goal, it will be right now, not tomorrow, not someday. It's now. But I know you already feel like this. You want to achieve your goal right now, but the reason you cannot follow through, or you start doing stuff but fall back to the same destructive habit, is just one thing. You call it laziness. You call it procrastination. But the real reason you cannot stay consistent to work towards your goal is you. More specifically, your identity. Even if you don't know it consciously, somewhere deep down, you see yourself as someone who is unworthy of achieving anything. Not because you physically cannot, but because you don't want to. So you numb yourself with scrolling, with daydreaming, with excuses, and from one brother to another, it won't work. Look, I will show you the way, but you have to promise me something. You will actually follow through and really achieve your goal. If you cannot promise me that, then you can leave, because here is when I reveal the system that helps you achieve any goal in just 3 months. Treat this as your only guide to achieving anything in life. It's really simple, but stay focused, because if you miss one, your whole foundation is built on sand. Here is what you do first. The goal setting. There may be thousands of goals in your mind. Maybe you want to earn money, get fit, improve your social skill, learn a new language, and the list goes on. But you have to realize, if you juggle 10 things at the same time, that will get you nowhere. Instead, what you should do is prioritize your goal from immediate to later in the future. And whatever 1 or 2 comes on top, that is what you will be working on for the next 3 months. The goal is your what, and the process is your how. Most people know the goal, but they don't know how to get there. But it's stupidly simple. If you know this secret, the identity Northstar, you have already heard it. You don't rise to your level of goals, you fall to your level of identity. Have you questioned why? Because it's true. But everyone on the internet gives you the same bullshit, affirmations, imagination. Look, they do work. Here is what they teach you wrong. They say, just do this and don't care about action. It follows automatically. That's some next level bullshit, and you will realize it someday. Look, they are a supportive element that push you to carry out your actions, not a substitution for it. In the end, it's action that creates your identity. So, on a piece of paper, write in vivid detail, who is the person that can achieve your goal? What skills does he have? What mindset he has? What did he do daily to develop them? Because this is the only way to get clarity on your goals. And maybe you have done this over and over again, but still got no result. Do you know why? It's because you couldn't stay consistent with the version of you. And it's not willpower. It's something no one tells you. Because most people, after doing the 2 steps, jump straight to grind mode. That's how you burn out. That's how they abandon their goals. Instead, do this. Start taking small action. Not because we want to play small, but because action creates momentum. Let's be honest, you cannot go from where you are right now to this ultra-disciplined guy who works 25 hours a day on his goal, and all that in just 1 day. Here is what most people do wrong. They think they have to take the same small actions every single day. No, not every day, just on the days where the normal task feels hard. The reason we do this has something to do with identity. This phase is where we start collecting the evidence of the person we want to become. These 3 steps alone will massively give you the right direction for your goals, but direction is not enough. We want to achieve the goal like no one else. To do that, you have to know the last secret. Be obsessed. Being obsessed with your goal means thinking about your goal day and night, not because thinking gets you closer to your goals, but because thinking initiates the action. And the easiest way to do that is by changing your environment. Because changing the environment automatically changes your thoughts. If you have a fitness goal, set out the gym clothes where you can see them first thing in the morning, not your phone, something related to your goal. I personally have a habit tracker on a wall. This way, when I open my eyes, the first thing I see is my mission. If you truly lock in for these 3 months, I say this with absolute certainty, you would have achieved your goal. But the story does not end there, because New Year will come, bringing new challenges and new goals. But this time, you've changed. You are ready to endure anything. You are ready to conquer your goal, ready to become the king, because you can.